Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews, everyone. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. So, just doing another random stress test, trying to get as many people as I can to come on, see how this works, see if my system can actually support it. Because I want to know before I do any serious streaming with multiple people that this can indeed handle it. And while I wait for other people to join, if they want to join, the link is in the Facebook chat as well as the YouTube chat, because I'm also streaming on Facebook. I will try to keep it clean, although my channel is definitely not for kids. So, how you all doing? I hear things are not going very well for Amber Turd. Y'all may be wondering why I call her Turd. Well, that's because she fully admitted to taking a dump in Johnny Depp's bed, saying it was a joke, but that kind of stuff is not a joke, really, because, well, yeah. Also, well, she's a very unlikable person. Anyway, had some fun yesterday doing some yard work. Got to swing my axe that I haven't used in over 20 odd years. Was kind of shocked at how strong I got, because I am starting to work out and, well, haven't really had a real good way to test how strong I was. And going through going through that tree was pretty dang easy. So how y'all doing? Also, if you're watching on Facebook, be sure to leave a like or some sort of reaction. How you doing, Happy? Good to see you. Still trying to get 9 people on. This is another random stream stress test, so I can find out if it's able to handle the strain of multiple panelists. I tried seeing if I could actually put the stream on Odyssey. However, it didn't seem to work. That was kind of sad, because I wanted to stream on Odyssey as well. So, unfortunately, our StreamYard wouldn't let me do it. So, I might just switch it on to Twitter, so that I can stream over there as well. But yeah, if you guys want to ask any questions and whatnot, feel free. This is a random stream. I'm going to see Doctor Strange. In fact, while I talk, I'll be creating a thumbnail for that for Friday night. I'm going to be doing another live review. There. Images. Yep. I'll join you for a few minutes if you like, my friend. Thank you, Happy. It would be quite appreciative. The link is directly above your comment, so yeah, that'll help. Let's see if I can find a proper They're not really showing many scenes in. Well, you know what? I'll use that one. That's all I can get. That's all I can get. And something tells me that somebody is waiting. Nope, not yet. Huh. See if that one will work. That one's better. Yeah, that one's better. So actually, I will save that. Not in the GIF section. And certainly not as a web page. DS 2.jpg. There. Now, Pixlr. Hey, Jacob, how you doing? Good to see you. And there's Happy. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I've only got a few minutes to talk before I go do my walking, so I'm just kind of using my old avatar for this.
No, that's all right. Yeah, if anybody wants to come on,
Sounds
if
good,
you're
then.
watching on... Say what?
How's your day been?
It's going good. I'm just doing a random stress
Yay.
test to try to see how far I can push it, but it's not really working well, so it's like, God dang it.
Well, technical limitations need to be tested.
Well, it's not so much the technical. I actually need 9 people to jump on in. Otherwise, I can't really
Come on,
do
join
a
us for
stress
5 minutes.
test. Mm-hmm. And there it is.
Camera glitch for a bit. Yeah.
My camera glitched for a bit.
Did you, Jacob?
Hey,
No, mine did. No, mine did.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I'm still trying to see if people are willing to help out and fellow YouTuber and shit. And it's like, come on,
Come on.
folks.
How about another YouTuber?
Is kind of needed.
Come on, get your 15 seconds of pay. Where's that? Get your 15 seconds of fame and get on the stream.
Yeah. Oops.
Pretty happy. I'm losing some weight.
So am I. I'm actually putting on more muscle, or I'm actually putting on muscle too.
Yeah, it's kind of
that's
trying to lose weight and kind of get muscle. I was looking at like the
Your audio's
Warhammer
fading in and out.
Yeah, I guess I'll just call it LNN here. And here, well, I tried to help out. See you later. Have a happy day, more chat.
You too. Happy. Good to see you. What do I need help with? I need help with people coming actually onto the stream. You don't have to show yourself or anything, but I'm trying to see how or my laptop handle it. I'm trying to see if I can actually what the limitations are for streaming on multiple streams, and to see if I can handle multiple panelists. If I can do that, awesome. But I still need to test it before I can before I want to do a big stream with somebody, or with many somebodies. Madness. Okay, that's what it's called. In the multiverse of madness live review, not to view, review. And switch over to that. And that. Shrink to shrunk. There we go. There. And let's give it a background. Bolden it up. Make the background black. we go. Keely Chow, how you doing? Good to see you. Ruben, good to see you. Yes, we do need people to actually use the StreamYard link at the top or right. Zip. Yep. I'm trying to do a stress test. And now that that's made, and so, yep. How's everybody doing? Create broadcast, new broadcast. And I will do that for Facebook this Friday night. There it is. There we go. Friday. 10:15 p.m. just to make it safe. Customize each destination. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Yeah. No, it can handle two at least, yes. But his phone can't. And there's Ruben. How you doing?
Howdy. Hello, Orange Hat.
Good to see you.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing
I'm
good.
great. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure to see you, man. How's it going? You take it easy?
Yeah, I'm taking it easy. Just creating my live review for Friday night, or setting it up.
So what are you doing? So you're doing like kind of movie review or something, or TV series or something like that? No, or
This
is it
is
something
just
else?
this is just a stress test or a stress test stream to get as many panelists as I can on to try to test the limits of what I can do on here now that I'm paying for StreamYard.
Oh, I see. Well, look, listen, I just came here to join you and I want to talk to you that your YouTube channel, I'm very interested of discuss of topics that, of movies and all that. I really love your channel, to be very honest. And I just want to say a very big appreciation, that what you do for the content and doing for free speech. I actually kind of love it, and especially the video you released about you on Twitter. Actually, I was very happy because you make me happy to see all these things. So I decided myself, I just want to talk to Orange Ash Reviews because he's such a humble guy, decent guy, and so I really like to talk to him. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Yeah. So there you go.
Here's Jacob.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hello.
Oh, hello.
I'm doing good. How
Yeah,
about
take
you?
it easy, man.
Hello, Ruben.
Yep.
Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes, I
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, we just need to. I'm also
First time on a
basically,
live stream.
or I'm also doing multiple things at once because I'm setting up my Doctor Strange 2 stream for Friday night. I'm basically opening a bunch of windows and trying to push the thing as far as I can, my capabilities on StreamYard, to see how far I can push it. So there's that. And it looks like there's some people that have seen it, think they'd want to help, but guess not. Of course he hasn't. Looking also on Twitter as well.
But here's here's the question. So normally, so Elon Musk will be literally buying a Twitter, though. It would be a very great thing to do. So
yes, he will, or he has bought Twitter, and he's looking to make it a free speech platform.
oh, excellent. That's good because then so Twitter will not be one of the no more totalitarian style thing for controlling the thing. And also, I suggest that, in my humble opinion, that Elon Musk should be buying Facebook too. Now buying Facebook will be mostly comic interesting as far as I can see. So technically, if Elon Musk would have purchased a Facebook and Disney in order to get the things in order, so that would be very common and interesting.
That would, that's all well and good. It's just that I wouldn't, or if I was Elon, I wouldn't try going after Facebook or Disney because, one, there would be definite growing fear of an actual monopoly, which is not legal. You can't take control of every social media platform, because if he tried taking Facebook, the backlash against him right now is enough, and now Congress wants to pull him in and ask him questions of what his intentions are for Twitter. And I mean, if he's smart, he'd say, like, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to show up to Congress. I've already made my point clear. I'm just going to take it private and turn it into a free speech platform like it should have been a while ago.
Oh, I see. But I really despise, the Congress. The Congress are totally bunch of morons, because what they're trying to do, I mean, what I see for America is like they're pulling every strings out of it, and it's just keep going worse, because the Congress just wants, push over narrative, which I'm against, and it's just ridiculous. It's just destroying, America's getting destroyed by these, idiots at the Congress, and I'm not really happy. But what I'm happy is, once the free speech is getting done, which is a very important, for us, the Americans and the non-Americans, in order to have a rights in our freedom. So that's one of the importance. But also I can see that, just let you know, also, I'm also against Disney as well, just like you. And because Disney, what they're trying to do is they're pushing children's minds and over transsexual acts, and I think this is just disgrace to every child, and just getting manipulated in the schools and all that, and it's just not fair for all the children to understand. I mean, they're so young, so
yeah, they're not ready for it.
And parents should take a step forward to it and what is happening, because if they're going to accept during their actions of a child behavior, they're going to be manipulated, and they're going to get very much influence of a transsexual, the thing. It's just a bunch of ridiculous, you know what I mean? And yeah, and I think in my voice, and I think the parents should take a step action against Disney. Yeah, totally despise them. And by the way, I used to be a Disney fan myself, but for nowadays, once I heard that Disney has gone woke, and by the time I watched your videos, that you're against Disney. I'm against Disney too, because it's not fair. The us, the childrens, and the parents, and the people, just kind of it's getting destroyed. It's just ridiculous, and it should take a step forward to it.
Well, Disney is being fought on multiple fronts, actually. They got us fighting against them. They got the governor of Florida fighting against them, plus many other people. And with the special tax privileges and other things, or self-governance being taken from them in a year from now, they are going to learn very quickly that it's in their best interest to back off. I mean, they're a private company. Yes, they can do what they want to do, but they're going to also have to reap the consequences of their choices. And with their choice to try to sexualize children and try to push all this nonsense, they're going to find out really fast, we may have made a mistake.
A huge mistake, not just a little mistake, but a big mistake. Not also for us, but for students as well. This thing should meant, do ordinary cartoons, not so manipulate some kind of a narrative liberalism agenda, which is exposes, and pushes in the child's minds that they cannot think about that. And that's why I'm against Disney, because of their deliberate actions, what they're doing. And I don't like it the way they're doing it. It's just arrogance and stupidity, as far as that I can see in opinion.
Yeah, it is. And they think that they should have the privilege and the rights to teaching children those sort of things. And it's like, no, that belongs to the parents. The parents have every right to dictate how their children are taught, and you trying to subvert that and trying to subvert and control what my child learns through your own content, we're not going to support that content. We're going to just stop supporting you.
Yeah, I agree,
I've seen so many people doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And they go ahead.
No, it's the same. The fact I'm also, for the actions, like I said, I'm against the actions. I'm also against the, all this propaganda bullshit with Disney trying to manipulate children. It should be banned, and at least the Congress should look for it. Even though I'm happy that Ron DeSantis is trying to do it's a good thing, but it should be all states. It should be in the nationwide. They should take action. But
yes, definitely.
And I will not definitely support their content as well, because despite their content, even films as well, even today's modern day Disney, it's just as cringe as hell, and just like I really shut them off and just don't watch it. I don't watch movie recently, because today's nowadays movies are just as cringe as hell. You know what I mean? So yeah. Mm-hmm. But I'm really happy. The way you're making content videos, that I'm very particularly interested. That makes me sort of a kind of very humbly interested of one of your opinions. Exactly. Yeah, and just let you know, I'm also supportive for free speech. So when people are have their opinions, have their rights to their opinions, they bear in mind. I'll agree and respect that,
Yeah.
It's a battle for the future of our country.
Indeed, it is. And when it comes, I enjoy a lot of movies, and some of the stuff they have nowadays is okay, but much of it isn't. When it comes to Disney, I boycott them on principle. Yes, I will admit I do still have Disney Plus. I give them $7.99 a month to Disney, but that is also a lesser evil, as it is only for the streaming service, which I'm also helping family members, or letting family members use, so that they have a little bit of a less of a financial burden on them. And because, well, my younger family members would also like to see some stuff and they have access to the older things. I will never use the 30 or the $29.99 or $30.99 movies that are coming out because I can always wait and watch those at a later date. But when it comes to Disney Plus, sadly I do use it, but it is for art because I honestly cannot limit my content too much by doing that.
I see.
mean, I do it so that people don't have to. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand that, and as also a matter of fact, also when it comes to free, I just want to share, some of my thoughts to you to understand that, I'm also a straight federalist. I support for Constitution, and also I'm very supportive of the United States, which is, and we the people, we should resolve these problems, because I don't think today's America is not like the way it used to be us to the old America. You know what I mean? It's just it's not right.
Changed in the last. It's definitely changed in the last 30 years.
So, in my thoughts, as you know, I understand I'm from England, and because I'm a bit of a statesman. I'm like sort of a UK United States relationship, but in my thoughts, America needs a hell of a change, because despite what I see in America, it's just a hell of a disgrace. Even the Ukraine, United States should not be involved with the war in Ukraine up to the whole. So yeah, my thoughts, America, they should change about more.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a matter of sorry.
What kind of changes would you implement then? Out of curiosity, what would you consider things that need to be changed?
Well, I want to change for better America, support families. We want to support the mental health. That's what I'm for. And I'm against the people who is, like woke agendas and all the evil senators and all. They should be all fired, and we need to rebuild America as new. We need the old America back. The things that I want for freedom and liberty. That's what I'm here for.
Well, we do have that. It's just that when it comes to certain things like that, we can't just force it into happening, because people do have a right to free speech, so they are allowed to express themselves and their support for woke ideology. However, it's not a very popular ideology, and it's funny that they try to censor those who talk about it, because if it wasn't for free speech, well, they wouldn't have the ability to push their own agendas. The problem is that, or it's not really a problem, it's just how it is. You're allowed to express your beliefs and systems. However, you do not have a right to force that upon people who do not agree with it. That is the slippery slope that we're currently on. The main problem that spun the U.S. into a tailspin to hell is basically what happened in 9/11. After the attacks of 9/11, the Patriot Act and Security Acts that went forward diminished our rights.
Yeah, I understand that. Like the Patriot Act, the George W. Bush signed in, I think was in 2005, and in the Patriots, I'm against that, because it just doesn't. It's not right for the America. It's just it's stripping away the freedom. I absolutely agree with you what you're just saying, but if I was thinking now, as I imagine that if I was in a position to against that Patriot Act, and what I want is put every American to have freedom in their lives, and all the amendments and all the rights what they want, and that's my of interest of that.
Well, when it comes to the freedom of speech, that is not to be infringed unless you break the law. The laws are basically the mainstay of what determines what is free speech and what is not. Now, I cannot, or as a citizen, I can easily say that I do not agree with what the government is doing. However, I cannot say, and this is only an example, folks, so if you're watching and YouTube and whatnot, I am not saying this with any sincerity. I am simply using it as an example. Things that you can't say is, I intend to overthrow the government, or we need to kill those in power. That is illegal. That is stuff that you're not allowed to say, because then you get the federal law enforcement on your ass. They end up knocking on your door and investigating you because you technically broke the law. Now, believe me, there are a lot of people who do not want to have to deal with this government right now. There are a lot of people who are saying this is stripping away our freedoms and we are sick and tired of it. Now, a lot of people say that January 6th was an insurrection. January 6th, those who did go in there with intent to overthrow or whatever, which is a very small amount of people, those people were in the wrong. However, there were also people who went in there just to take pictures who were being tourists. There were also people who went into the Capitol as peaceful protesters. But all of them being lumped together as terrorists is wrong, and the government should know that. But the government doesn't want to acknowledge that. All the government wants to keep on saying is that January 6th was an insurrection and Donald Trump is the leader of that insurrection, which he isn't. He even said in that speech, go to peacefully protest and non-violently protest. He also condemned the actions of those who did go in there to break the law. But nobody wants to admit that because, orange man bad.
Oh, I see. I totally understand.
Yeah, and it just shows that when you have a full-blown mainstream media that is all one-sided in their bias, there needs to be regulations. When it comes to media and their bias and them fully being against any sort of conservative government or any sort of Republican government, that is why myself personally, I would actually look up the fairness doctrine, which was implemented which was actually discontinued in the 80s by Reagan. But I would actually reinstitute a new fairness doctrine, one that requires media to report both sides of the argument, and also to not suppress any information they have if it is relevant to the story they are reporting on, meaning they're not allowed to lie by omission. The Nick Sandmann case, CNN had the full tape that gone over the content of what those boys went through. Those boys were heckled by the Black Israelites, from the UAE. They were the Native American guy that came up beating his drum in the kid's face. He instigated that, not Nick Sandmann and the Covington Catholic boys. But CNN, knowing this, decided to paint a different picture, and that's why they're being sued. The same thing with Kyle Rittenhouse. People have the full story. People know the full story, but they still continue to defame and to tell a different story. And that is... Sorry. It's okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And they continue to... or when it comes to other things like the people who were getting shot in 2020 and 2019 and whatnot, people like Jacob Blake, they're all like, well, he's a hero. He got shot by police and he lived and whatnot. He attacked police. He didn't, or The police shot him because he pulled a weapon that was going to be used against those police. Not to mention, the police were called to that residence because there was an allegation against him that he had just raped a woman in front of her child. When it comes to things like that, the media needs to report on things like that instead of painting a narrative, because then if you are simply reporting on something to paint a narrative, you are no longer bound by the freedom of the press. You are lying about a story in order to suit a narrative to influence people to be outraged. That, while under freedom of speech, does not fall under freedom of the press. The press is there to inform people of an entire story, regardless of whether it goes with their personal opinion or not. If you cannot be unbiased, then you should not be reporting. If I was a president, I would look into, I'm not saying I would implement it, I would look into investigating whether or not a new fairness doctrine can be implemented in order to make it so that people like CNN, MSNBC, and all those other people are able to be made to actually report the full news instead of just their opinion. Also, one thing that I would make sure is done is, if you are not going to report the full story, you're at least going to be required to announce before your segment, this is an opinion. We are reporting on a story, but we are only giving our opinions on it. We cannot state conclusively that we are discussing facts. That would be a requirement that I would actually institute. That way, people can understand that this is just an opinion being given. This isn't being reported as fact. Because if you're not going to report the entire story, you're not reporting facts.
Oh, I see. I see. So you're saying that part. So the freedom of speech does not follow freedom of the press. Is that what you're trying to say? Yeah.
Freedom of the press and freedom of speech are all in the same amendment. It's just when the press is manipulating and abusing their own right, which is the freedom of the press, they're like, well, we're the press, we are allowed to do this. No, you are literally lying to people and saying it's fact. That
but also
is an abuse of power.
As well, yeah.
That is, it's not illegal, but what it is doing is called subversion. And that can lead to problems down the line. The mainstream media is actually responsible for the most of the uproar in this country. They are actually more guilty of sedition than any of the people that were rounded up on January 6th, because they were the ones that caused the outrage when the whole George Floyd thing happened. They were the things that they were the idiots that said that a city burning in the background, oh, it's just a peaceful protest. It's mostly peaceful. There's a city burning in your background, you moron. And you think that people are just going to say, oh, yeah, that looks pretty peaceful. Yep, they're right. And then you have people like Brian Stelter and his cronies at CNN not giving an objective report, but saying, well, Elon Musk buying Twitter is very dangerous and whatnot. I don't want to go to a party where I can just say whatever I want. Why the heck not? Civil discourse and diversity of thought is what made this country what it is. People being able to assemble peacefully, people able to protest peacefully, that is also part of the First Amendment. When COVID was going on and California was rounding up citizens who were trying to have a peaceful Thanksgiving dinner, and they were beating down doors and hauling people out to jail, that was an actual violation of their First Amendment right, the right to assemble. The First Amendment is freedom of speech, religion, petition, assembly, and press.
Yeah.
Assembly
I know that.
is where you can peacefully assemble and have a gathering. That is what it is.
Yeah. I understand that. I totally understand the First Amendment because for many years, for about 10, for 4 years from now, I've been studying for Constitution United States, how the laws in the United States and all that, because just me understanding, how relations to, part of the Constitution, I totally agree with you that 100%. Now, the part of in the California to me is this a state of a mess because the congressmen and all the senates, they're not even, in my humble opinion, they're not even looking or trying, to fit the people. And I just don't really like the way, California is a hell of a mess, to be very honest, so because and also part of the coronavirus, the states, the Senate, the governors, they play in a very bad way in the hypocrisy, and just as part of trying to say in the family gatherings, and even Washington, they played very much of hypocrisy. They did not allow, but they broke the rules. So in order to get the stuff what they want to spend the free time, and the children's and family and parents, they can't because there's a lockdown. For me, it's a hell of a disgrace, and to be honest, and I just don't really like the actions of what they're doing. Now it's not much if they're doing right now, but it's just the actions is just totally disgusting, to be very honest.
Yeah, it really is. The stuff that's going on. Florida is a failed state, in my opinion. Failed state is not meaning their state has failed. It is a literally failed state government.
How come so?
Because one, they're implementing rules and laws that are in direct violation to not only their. I got a private chat here. That's okay, Jacob. But they're instituting laws that violate their state constitution as well as the federal constitution. And the person who is in power, Gavin Newsom, is not willing to give up his power now that it has been established he is abusing it.
Wait a minute. Is the Gavin Newsom is not a state of California, isn't that right?
Yes, he is the governor. He is the governor of California.
Yeah, the governor. To me, California is a failed state too, in my humble opinion, because California, a popular state, but they're failing so many things, and despite what I see, the actions what they're doing is totally disgusting. Have you ever heard, a few months ago? Have you ever heard, the news that in California that all children's in high school and all that, they're requiring having the vaccine, and that to me that makes me so angry that is just not fair for not all the children they have to. I mean, I'm a pro-choice. I don't, I don't go like for vaccine or anything like that. I'm not even anti-vaxxer, but just as I don't. I take my decisions very seriously, to see these things. But what they're doing, pushing over children to have all vaccinated, I think it's unfair, very unfair, and totally disagreement, what they're doing,
Yeah.
So that's that. So.
But yeah, and it looks like I picked another day that it's just not, or a lot of people are also probably working right now too. So I'm gonna have to definitely try doing it, or try a stress test sometime down the line. I'm gonna call it here because I also got a couple of things that I got to do before the evening. But I do want to thank you, or Ruben and Jacob, for coming on. You guys, or at least somebody tried coming on to help, No,
but I'm just come here just to talk to you, because you're a very honest guy. You're very decent, and I like the way that you talk, very interesting things, and because you're a very good American, as I'll give you for that. You're a very good American. You're trying to promote free speech for people, and that's why I'm here to support you. I think you should think about having a donation. What you think?
I'm looking into it. I there are personal reasons why I do not monetize myself right now, but
Yeah,
I
because
am
YouTube
going
is
to look
pulling these
into it in
things
the
out of it.
future.
Yeah,
I
but
am going to look into it in the future.
yeah, I'm just giving you a suggestion, though. Yeah,
And thank you. It's a nice suggestion. But there's also other circumstances that people are not aware of, which I have to keep to myself currently right now.
Oh, I see.
But, yeah.
Well, look, but as now further videos that you're making is absolutely very interesting, very interesting. And apart from that, you know the video you released about Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. You know this scenario, and
Yeah.
I think Johnny Depp is on his way. You know to win the case. In my
That
opinion.
case is very much tilted in the into the favor of Johnny Depp, because there's sworn testimony and there's recordings of Amber Heard admitting she did a lot of the things that she has been accused of, or that she accused Johnny of doing. Or it's on video of her admitting that she hit him and punched him. It is on video, or it is under testimony from, I believe, one of her bodyguards or security, that she did drop a load in his bed and whatnot. And then she claimed it was a joke. So, yeah, she's saying that he abused him, and every witness that has come forward has said, we have never seen Johnny Depp put hands on Amber Heard. So, yes, Amber Heard's case is going down the toilet.
Well, I actually, I highly believe that, like, Amber Heard is she's a very narcissistic woman, to be,
Indeed,
because what is she trying to do? She's trying to piss off, Johnny Depp, which means, I saw that Johnny Depp had Johnny Depp's mother had died, and he has some kind of financial problem. But Amber Heard seems trying to manipulate him as fast as he can, and trying to destroy everything else. It's just disgusting, one of her actions is pure disgusting, and I was furious about it, and I actually don't like the actions of what she's doing. And I think what I'm trying to say, that Amber Heard, she's a failure for humanity. She doesn't deserve to be actress anymore, and she's disgraceful. She's a failure.
And that is your opinion, and you're definitely welcome to express it. Me, I think that she needs help. I think that she should be fired from Warner Brothers for the stuff that she has done.
She needs to go to prison. She needs to go to prison for a violation of at least 5 or 7 years for actions for what he did for Johnny Depp is absolutely disgusting.
Oh yeah, there is, but that's all up to Johnny Depp whether or not he's going to press criminal charges against Amber Heard. That's also part of the law.
But also, I'm very happy that Johnny Depp, at least he will release out a bail. Hopefully, get some, better things, and acting soon. Yeah. But I mean, I really felt sorry for Johnny Depp, during his actions, with the Amber Heard. And I think Johnny Depp, he must break up Amber Heard right now, in a very serious way.
He's already divorced her. They're broken up. So. Anyway, I do got to get this going because I do got to get stuff going on. But I do want to thank you again, Ruben and Jacob, for hopping on and having a good chat. Okay, thank you very much. Yep. Okay, that's it. I because I have to go now and do a few things as well. So, Orange Hat Reviews, it's been a pleasure to speak to you, and it's been a nice chat to you. And I hopefully I'll see another video, and I will support channels at all costs. Bye for now. Thank you. All right. Thanks very much. And it's been a nice pleasure to talk to you. Yep. Same here. Yep. Bye-bye now. Stay humble, everybody. Yep. Stay humble indeed.